Hi everyone, I'm here with card number 3 for the week of December 7th. As I said, we were going to do a masculine birthday card, and so here's the card that we're doing today. This is a pretty simple card. It just has a little bit different of a front detail, and then we have our envelope, and again I've done a liner for that. So we'll get started. In your packet you will have, of course, your envelope and the liner. You will have a cinnamon cider card base. This is 5 1/4 by 8 1/2, scored at 4 1/4. You will have a piece of designer series paper. This is from a Good World packet that's in the annual catalog. This is 4 by 5 1/4. And from the same packet you have a piece for the front that is gold foiled, and this is 1 7/8" by 5 1/4. You have a Whisper, a basic black that is 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch square. You have a Whisper white that's 3 1/2 by 3 1/2 inch square, and you have another Whisper white that's 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. This is for the front piece. The larger Whisper white is for the inside. So to get started, we are going to actually do our stamping first. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me show you everything we're going to use. We're going to use 2 colors of ink: the cinnamon cider and the early espresso. We are using 2 stamp sets, the Beautiful World, and all we're really using there is the little compass for the front of our envelope. And then our birthday greetings are from Happiest of Birthdays. We're using this big greeting for the front, and it's Your Day and Joy for the inside. We'll also be using some more of the gold glitter enamel dots. And that's really what all this card's going to require. So to start off with, we'll take our card base, we'll fold it in half, and we will burnish it with our bone folder like we always do. And we're going to cut this down to give us the little flap on the front. So really, only thing you need to do, determine what's going to be your front, and we're really just going to cut this in half, which would make it 2 1/8 inches. Now I have a little trimmer here, and to make sure that you have it cut right, for my trimmer, I have to turn it upside down. I'm going to put it on the 2 1/8 inch mark, 2 1/8 inches, just like so, and trim it down. This leaves you a nice piece for scrap for some other project, and you have your little flap for the front of your card. Okay, so first thing we'll do is we'll get our designer series paper put down. We have, I'm just going to use my stamp and seal, and I just put in a new roll, and I don't have it really running right yet. Okay, there we go. Okay, and we will just put this down on the inside. This is a very intricate pattern. I can't tell if there's a right or a wrong side, up or down, so I'm just putting it down. And again, we just try to center it, top and bottom, on both sides. Do your best. This is a handmade card made with love, so if it's a little bit off, that's okay. Now, for the front little flap, just make sure on your globes that your countries are going in the right direction, so they're not upside down. Since they are in gold paper, it would really show, I think, if you had it upside down. Okay, and then we will put this down again, trying to get it kind of somewhat centered. I can't tell you how many times I've done this video. Last one I had done, I thought it was perfect. Go to listen to it playback, my volume was turned off. Previous ones, it just quit recording in the middle, don't know why. So it's like, am I ever gonna get this done? Maybe not. Okay, we're gonna actually work on our stamping right now. So first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna take the cinnamon cider ink, and we're going to, I'm just gonna stamp the little compass image on our envelope. And I have this stamp marked so I know which is the north, because let me tell you, the printing on this stamp is so small. I had to get a magnifying glass to actually make sure I was getting it in the right spot. So that's all we need for the envelope. I've got a little bit of sticky here. It makes everything want to stick to it. Okay, so now we're going to work on our stamping. So we're going to take the smallest piece, and I have all the stamps mounted on a stamp apparatus. This is going to be totally upside down. And we're going to do a little bit of a different technique on this. It's kind of a shadow technique, and if you don't like the way it looks, you can obviously just stamp in one color. But what we're going to do, instead of normally on the stamp apparatus, we would push everything way up here in the corner. But for this one, to get the shadow effect, we're just going to push it down and over just the tiniest little hair of a bit. Not very much at all. Okay, and then we'll put this on here. We'll ink it up with our lightest color, which is the cinnamon cider. It's a big stamp. I got to get my magnet moved over a little bit so we don't collide with the stamp. Okay. And then I'll just rub till we get that down. Okay. Now you're going to take it and you're going to push it all the way up. And then I'm actually going to close the cinnamon cider. I'm going to take the early espresso, which is a much darker color, therefore I'm not even cleaning off my stamp. And we're going to put this just like that. And we're going to stamp right over the lighter color. Okay, and that's pretty good. So all you really want is just the slightest shadow. I think you probably can see on the birthday down here that you can see both the light and the dark, and that's really what you're after. And then we will take the larger piece that's going to go on the inside. This one will push all the way up into the corner because we're just doing straight stamping on this one. Again, I will ink it up with the early espresso. And I will put this down. Now this stamp set, this particular stamp in the set has like a pen stroke in the middle of the letters on It's Your Day. So the first couple of times I stamped it, I thought, well, I'm not doing a very good job of stamping that. And then I realized, no, that's not, it's the way the stamp's supposed to be. So this is a very versatile stamp set. I've used it a lot, and I really do like it. I like that some of the stamps are quite large for the front. Okay, so now we will take our let's work on our envelope. Give that just a second to dry. Our stamping just a second to dry. So again, as I've shown you before, we'll take the liner. We'll put it in our envelope. This pretty much goes all the way to the bottom. That's why you don't have to put any glue down here in the lower portion. I'm sorry, I'm probably off camera. Okay, I'm going to pull it up. I like to pull it up a little bit closer to the actual glue on the envelope. And then you put it down. I always take my bone folder, run over it to get a nice crease. I'm going to shut up my ink pad because I haven't done that yet, and that could be disastrous. Okay, and then I just take this and I take my Stampin' Seal and I put, I don't know why this is not rolling now. There we go. Okay, then before I seal it down, I do push it up a little bit. I don't make it go over the fold line, but I do like it to be just a tad closer. And then I just push that down, and there you have a nice lined envelope. Okay, so now I think probably our stamping is done. So we have to work on the inside piece last. So I will take the front piece and I will put it on the basic black. Okay, and again, we will just try and center this as best we can. Okay, now we're going to put this on the front. Now you have to keep in mind that this is a shortened flap, and we cannot put adhesive all over this, otherwise it's going to be glued down to this. So we're only going to put adhesive right here on this side. Okay, and so we'll do that. And then we'll take our card base and we will kind of center it, try to get it pretty straight because that's going to affect how you do your inside layer, okay? And then we will just glue that down. Okay, now to do the inside layer, again, we're going to take our Stamp and Seal, put it around the edges. And then you're going to take, make sure you have it up the right orientation, and you're going to take, let's see, that's going to be right, yeah. I just realized, I think on one of my other cards, I put it upside down. Okay, so then you're going to line it up with the black part because you don't want any of this white to show when you put it down. And so once you get it lined up, which I'm not doing such a great job right now, and I've got obviously brown ink on my fingers. Once you get it lined up, then you just close it. And now you can have your inside piece and nothing show. Well, I have a little bit showing, but let me see. As I said, with the Stamp and Seal, as long as you don't burnish it too tight, you can usually pull it up without tearing your paper. Okay, now let's try this one more time. I do not want any white showing. And actually, I'm going to pull it back just a little bit from the black, just so that I won't have any showing. And then we'll put it, well, it's just, okay. Hold on, ladies, I'm so sorry. I'm struggling a bit today with all of this technology issues. And there goes my phone. So please ignore the phone ringing. This is really very simple. I don't know why I'm struggling with it so much. Okay. We're going to have a little bit showing. I'll trim that up, but you get the idea. Okay. So that's everything we have. Okay. Now for the front, we're going to do the little embellishments. And I'll take, I'm going to use all three sizes. I'm going to put this up here, and then we'll put a smaller one down here, and then the smallest one I'm going to put over here. You can put these however you want. As I've said before, what I try to do is get a little bit of a triangle pattern going here. So that is basically our card. We're all done with it. Here's the card. Here's the one I made earlier, and here is the envelope that we have for that card. So I'm sorry for the roughness of this video. Like I say, I have been struggling with my cameras and my phones for 2 or 3 days. So I hope you like the card. I will try to get back and do a couple of more videos next week. I still have quite a bit of stuff to get ready for my my own Christmas, but I'm going to start working on it. So thank you all so much for taking the time to watch this. I hope you have a great evening or day. I'm not sure when I'm going to post this, but God bless each one of you, and I'll see you very soon. Bye-bye.